Dr. Holla. I am a senior consultant in neonatology and pediatrics at Rosewalk Hospital. On the occasion of Breastfeeding Week, I'd like to talk a little bit about breastfeeding and why it is good. Now, if you look at the benefits of breastfeeding, first of all, it benefits the baby. It's the appropriate, correct nutrition that the baby needs when he or she transitions from an intrauterine life to an external life. During this time, the baby is facing a lot of challenges, a lot of transitions are going on in the body, and getting the benefit of breast milk goes a long way in helping these transitions. In the short term, it also protects the baby from infections through various antibodies as well as cells which are passed through the breast milk. There are certain specific nutrients which are beneficial to the child. This is the phase of very rapid brain growth in the baby, the first 6 months. And during that time, if the baby gets the right nutrients required for the brain growth, then it ensures optimum growth of the baby's brain, and that reflects as a higher IQ at a later age. Breast milk does that. In addition, if you look at the way a baby is fed inside the uterus and compare it with the way the baby is fed outside, there's a lot of difference. In utero, the baby gets a finished product through the blood, whereas when the baby is born, he or she has to first take in the food, digest it, and then convert it into various nutrients and metabolites. Now, as you know, a lot of lifestyle diseases that we suffer from nowadays, whether it is diabetes, hypertension, heart attacks, all these are related to incorrectly metabolizing certain foods. Giving breast milk for the first 6 months, it sets the metabolic machinery of the baby in such a way that the chances of developing these lifestyle diseases at a later age are much, much less. So, from this you can make out that breastfeeding is a long-term health investment. 6 months of exclusive breastfeeding will ensure a lifelong health for the baby. In addition to the baby, breastfeeding also has many benefits for the mother. It helps her to lose whatever weight she has put on during pregnancy. It also helps to protect her from different cancers. Environmentally too, breastfeeding is a good thing to do, because when you make formula, the carbon footprint that the industry leaves in the manufacture of baby formula from animal milk is huge. That carbon footprint is negligible or nil when the baby is on breastfeeds. Economically too, breastfeeding is a much smarter way of feeding a baby, because the amount of financial inlay that goes into producing breast milk is much lower as compared to what is required for manufacturing formula. So in many ways, both on an individual basis as well as on an environmental basis, on a global basis, on an economic basis, it's much more appropriate that we provide breastfeeding for the baby. Breastfeeding is most successful if it is initiated as early as possible, as soon as the baby is born. In fact, preparation for breastfeeding should start during pregnancy itself, so that it's an ongoing process, and once the baby is born, breastfeeding can be done easily. In Rosewalk Hospital, we have a complete team of neonatologists, pediatricians, nurses, lactation counselor, and other support staff who help to ensure a smooth and pleasurable experience in the initiation of breastfeeding. We're happy to say that most of the mothers who deliver in Rosewalk Hospital go on to give exclusive breastfeeding to their babies for the first 6 months.